Oh, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Tell me we're live and everything is working, please. It seems so. Okay. Thank goodness. It is now a regular source of startup anxiety. But they've registered the game, they've registered the title, and the stream is up. So I just have to hope it stays stable now. Welcome, Lieutenant. It is time to get wet. I'm lingering on the start menu here because this is the last bit of story DLC, and thus the last time we'll ever get to see Clive Rossfield. Please ignore that there is absolutely no chance that I will beat this DLC tonight. I'm making it poetic on startup. At least until FF16 Dirge of Alexander. Dude. I'm holding out hope. There's a non-zero chance that Leviathan is not the only thing in this DLC. I don't know. The 16 is made by the Heavensward director, and Heavensward's raid is about Alexander. So who knows? Who knows? Oh, thank you, game. Oh, Dion versus Alexander would be so good. That's money. That's money on the table. New quest line, The Rising Tide. Okay, that's helpfully simple. Expect the reading table in Clive's hideaway chambers. Okay. Ah. Let's go to it. No sense in dilly-dallying. People filter in as they filter in. What is this? Oh, it's... Is this even... Oh, I went the opposite way. Awesome. One more time for the road. I fuck up the directions in this room. Ugh. Unmarked. Sid, I shall not waste time mincing words. Leviathan's dominant is in need of rescue, and despite my innumerable misgivings about joining hands with an outlaw of the highest disrepute, the dame has assured me that there is none better suited to the task at hand. I dare not reveal more for fear this missive could fall into the wrong hands, but what little I have penned here has kindled your interest. I bid you journey to the Vale in Northreach and inquire with one Lady Layla. She will surely leave you satisfied. Yes, Clive, get in the DLC now. There's no time to explain. Interesting that they don't offer any kind of context regarding Leviathan's dominant, given Leviathan is the lost one. And that was made such a big deal in the base game. Let's see.
Leviathan the Lost. But why now? After all this time.
They got a dominant, apparently.
Oh, I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you.
After all we've been through. I doubt there's anything that could surprise me at this point.
All right then. Rouse Joshua and meet me in the mess. We'll talk there.
We got no time to waste, people.
I see we're all here. So,
why are we not including Dion in these things?
I'm not sure yet.
Come on.
The letter delivered to my chambers omitted a few crucial details.
Do we know its provenance?
That was one of the details it omitted.
Or Gav.
But whoever the sender was,
I
it
miss
seems
Gav.
the Dame held them in high enough regard to point them in our direction.
The Dame? Well, she's not one to waste our time. It must be important.
Important might be an understatement. If the letter is...
Yes,
to be
Gav is
believed,
Leviathan. Hey, Bachi.
Leviathan's
Welcome.
dominant is in danger. And someone wants us to save him.
Leviathan?
So the Warden of Water has finally returned. What has it been? 100 years?
More. The Lost moniker dates back at least that long. Even our venerable lawsman would not have been so much as a glint in his father's eye when last the mighty serpent brought his crushing waves to bear upon the realm.
It's very interesting that they chose Leviathan to be the mysterious, lost dominant,
Should the
and not
dominant
one of the more,
Water's
like,
bloodline have
magical
been severed somehow,
ones,
it could have
like
prevented a new
Alexander.
dominant from awakening.
But if one has awakened now, he couldn't have chosen a worse time.
I'm down for it, though,
Every
because
nation in the
Leviathan is my
realm has
favorite
lost its dominant.
of the
If
summons.
word gets out that there is still one to be had, they will stop at nothing to claim it for their own.
And the twins will be at war again, just when humanity most needs to come together. Did the letter say anything else?
Only that if I wish to know more, we must meet in person. And that the Veil can arrange a meeting.
Odin's your favorite? Well, then you must have been real happy with his treatment in 16, huh?
Famous last words. I'm coming with you.
As am I.
Thank you. Both of you.
Odin is a good pick.
And Otto.
Yeah.
And he, like,
I'll
never
keep an
gets
eye
any
on
play.
things here. Didn't fancy coming anyway.
Thank you. I shall leave the Invincible in your capable hands.
All right. Without further ado, I've heard very, very good things about this DLC. And I know absolutely nothing about it. Other than I just got a trophy called the Calm. That's not ominous. Hey, Queequeg. Welcome. Is it weird that this feels like it comes earlier in the story than Echoes of the Fallen? We will see how that pans out. How that feeling holds. Didn't Odin get to destroy multiple cities in 9? Was that Odin? I don't remember if that was Odin. It was? Well, shows what I know. I pretty much only remember the Queen and Kuja. Odin gets a lot of play in AC Valhalla, don't worry. Stop talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You will not suck me into your Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, quest destinations, blah blah blah. Same deal with Echoes of the Fallen. Okay, yeah. Yes, talk about Splice. It's probably more of an artistic... I don't know. I just don't want to talk about Assassin's Creed.
Of course they will. It's just a big crystal. How hard could it be?
Okay. Where are we going? Oh, all the way up to Northreach. You guys wanna maybe take a little pit stop at the town of Racism for old time's sake? It's been a minute. One more piss and more, yes. Which direction was that? Was it back here or was it in the World Meadows?
Special elixirs.
If it's super far out of the way. Through the gate? Right, yes. goodness me. We'll make it quick. This is the last time I will ever see it, because I'm uninstalling the game after I beat this DLC. I forgot that Clive's whistle to summon the Chocobo is the sex whistle. Because I'm so used to FF7R's whistle now. We'll not interrogate that. I'm sure I interrogated that in ye olden streams. It seems there are enemies and more. Alright, we've had our fun. Goodbye, more. Ah, fuck it. I can probably melt this guy. I was correct. Man, what a time we had. What a time we had. Howdy, Star Pressure. You caught me just as I was taking a stroll down memory lane. We are just about to start the actual plot of the DLC. Layla, okay.
To the Vale it is, then.
Man, it's been a couple of days, hasn't it?
You've got a thirst.
For literally
Enough talk.
everything.
Fancy a peek behind the veil, my lord?
I'm looking for a Layla.
I still haven't listened to any of the Kendrick
You
songs.
found one.
I've just been following the
So-
drama.
Will your friends be joining in? Or just watching?
We're not here for your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
Girl, you can turn it off for a second. I'm just here
We're
for the
here about
quest.
The letter.
Oh. Oh. Sorry.
There you go.
I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can tell you.
Specifically.
A location. North of town, on the shore of Isle of Feist Bay.
What the
There you'll
fuck is
find a
that
tent
word?
And the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all.
I'm not even going to try to
else?
pronounce it.
Actually, one thing. There's more than flowers in the meadows these days. So keep that sword of yours to hand.
I was just in the meadows, ma'am. Are you going to send me back to the meadows? It appears so. Do you think she felt Jill's killing intent? I think Jill would have been down to clown. But Clive is a
Does
pure
anyone else
sweet
think
boy
it's
and needs to be
strange that
protected.
This woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town.
Not if she realizes the value of the information she's party to.
And the danger it puts her in.
Speaking of, right before I started up the stream, I had to cut myself off from laughing because I saw a tweet some of you might have seen that was like, shame on whoever took a shot at Drake's house. There are children in there. It never gets old. I'm running the wrong way. Again. Every time. Every single time I've had to navigate this structure. It is so simple. It's literally right over there. Ah. Need that tweet, Becca?
The tent is where Layla said it would be.
Yes, but who awaits us inside?
Here, while this cutscene is playing out, I will send it to you.
Surprised?
Hey, Ryong, welcome, welcome. Hold your horses, Clive. I'm finding a tweet. You were supposed to have a longer cutscene there. Okay, there, I sent it to you, Lieutenant. Did not see stream notification? Don't worry. We are only just starting the story proper. Only a minor delay, just like the girl Strake likes. Jesus. Jesus. Oh man. Limitless material. Material for days. Only so much that I can say out loud. For fear.
The boat. No prizes for guessing who that belongs to.
Continue the search. Right here.
The embers are still warm.
Yeah, it's much more... Oh. Oh, shit. Hello, camera. Yo, you look cool.
I suppose I must be. Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula. Tributary
You look like a
of
dominant.
Mysidia, final haven of the Morts of Water.
You look like a Leviathan
Lords of Water.
dominant.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire
She can
eyes
dominant
and
me.
ivory
Down,
hair.
Queequeg. I've known her for
Yes,
2
that
sentences.
would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
Vanished. Was
Becca, you can't just look at women and go,
exterminated.
"You're a dom." I mean, she's got a
Despite
warrior
the best
axe.
efforts of both church
This
and
is an
state,
FF14
we are still
character.
very much alive.
Totally.
Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Krieger's faithful for over a century.
Along with Leviathan's dominant.
That wave out there. What do you know of it?
What?
The surge. Only that it's been there a long time.
Is that another Mother Crystal?
Since the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty. So in other words...
That
You
looks
know
like a
nothing.
giant Mother Crystal out there. And I swear to God,
that I
if we
hold it
left
against
2... I don't think I ever consciously
The wave
noticed it in the
was
main game,
raised
no.
by Leviathan in an act of
I might have seen it
rage.
pointed out in a tweet about Leviathan
Moments
speculation
before
or
the
something,
waters were
but I've
stayed.
forgotten.
And the icon and its
It's been
dominant
like 8 months.
bound within.
And you want us to...
Rescue him. Yes. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place. And ours is about as unruly as they get.
I love her
For
voice.
years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an icon. Someone just like you. So what do you say? Will you help us?
I can't quite place
What
the
exactly
accent,
did your dominant do to warrant this
but I
punishment?
love her voice.
What did he do? He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can. He was born.
Oh, so you guys are also racist. Okay. Awesome.
But he deserves a
I
better
kind of
fate than the
thought
one my people forced upon him.
we might be
He
past
deserves to be free.
to that part.
As do we all.
Racist against their own people, racist against the
Very well.
dominants, the bearers, etc.
Far-fetched though your tale may seem, something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I can do better than that.
Yeah, I know.
show you.
I know she wants to free him.
Care to take a trip across the bay? My people await you there.
All right,
Either
settle
way.
down. There's just a lot of loaded sentiment in the phrase "greatest crime of all is being born," you know, in this game in particular. Sue me for assuming. Hang on, I should actually read the lore. This is a new area. If you manage to navigate the Cloak's narrow mountaintop pass without plummeting to your death, you'll be rewarded with a breathtaking view of the blighted wasteland stretching from the... Oh god. Oyaf... whatever, Bay to the Sea of Grace. Cool. Time to kill Colossi? I mean, when I think about fighting Leviathan on foot in a game like this, I think about Hydrus in Shadow of the Colossus, so...
Alright, you might want to hold on to something.
We'll see.
We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
Village hidden in the waves. Shut up. Don't you do it. Don't you say it.
Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
I did see Wooly making the water conda jokes.
How is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you?
Huh.
This just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day.
Holy shit, it's been so long since I saw another color palette in this game. Because of how long we were with the post... Bahamut. I forgot Bahamut's name for a second. Post-Bahamut skies.
And that concludes our little voyage. We're here.
I forgot what the color blue was.
It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one. I hope you're up for a climb.
Oh, lady. I just got the Cosmo Canyon in 7R. I've been doing a lot of climbing. Too much, even.
Finally.
Did we just montage through the whole climb?
What? You didn't think we'd arrived, did you?
Okay.
The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Sick of all the yellow paint.
Of course it is.
You know what's really funny? With that entire pre-release controversy, there is so much less yellow paint in the game than I assumed there would be. I've seen it. I've taken active notice of it maybe 10, 15 times in the whole game. In fact, there are places where I think you could use more yellow paint for interactables. So that's my message to you, Squeenix developers. Do the thing that made everybody angry, and do it twice as hard next time. Yes, paint everything woke. Yellow is the color
Watch
of...
yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous. If not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl it.
Thank you for the warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
Oh.
You'll be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Is that so, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me.
I almost forgot. I almost forgot. That's good. Josh be making the moves on Shula. I mean, he has his own little assassin helper lady, whose name I have long forgotten. She was a catch. But who knows? He's got two hands. Anyways, yes, this is holy shit. This is incredible. Look at this vista. Yote, right. Right. I think this might be even more breathtaking than the skybox in Echoes of the Fallen. And it's a lot less dramatic, it's just a gorge with a waterfall, but... This is exactly my kind of nature shit. Fucking love canyons and mountains. Me too, man. Me too.
I was wondering when they'd pick up
like,
our scent.
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Oh, will you now?
Obviously,
Shall I keep my
going to
eyes
see the
on
Grand
the
Canyon
myself?
is on my bucket list. It's on everyone's bucket list. But even more than that, for quite a few years, I've been dying to go see the Flat Canyon at the Gunnison. In, I completely forget where. I want to say Colorado, but that's probably wrong. It's an even cooler looking canyon, in my
Since
opinion.
when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then,
And it's
where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
Then it's in for a long wait.
interesting. Kings Crown, California is a good place to go too. I don't think I've heard of that. I should compile a list, like an actual physical list, because currently my list of natural places I want to see exists entirely in my brain. Which is weird, because I compulsively make lists as a hobby. Northern California is pretty much nothing but mountainous beauty. Northern California is also where most of the crazy people are, right? As I understand it.
We're almost at the summit. From there, you'll have a better view of our home.
Okay, how much is this? Look at this skybox setup shot. Come on. I reserve the right to cross this hill and just stare at whatever's behind it for a full minute. I'm also going to save, because I haven't saved since starting the stream. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it.
If Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you.
You're giving it a whole
Just so you
cutscene.
know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
Mysidia. That's quite a large area.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so
Alive.
I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
So yeah, this DLC is going to be quite a bit bigger than the last one. Oh, hey, Tara.
It's beautiful.
We are in big spoiler town, so
Aim to keep it that way.
use your discretion. So I wonder how much of this is actually going to be explorable, because I know people have said it's an entire zone equivalent to, like, Rosaria, and there will be side quests and shit. I'm hoping I can do this in 2 streams, but
Are those
We'll see.
stones glowing? That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
you didn't see anything. Becca immediately tries to doom an entire... Hang on, what was that? Becca immediately tries to doom an entire people that are already persecuted. What else is new for me? Given my lore.
If the search was an act of rage,
One wonders what prompted it.
Holy shit. The scale of this beam alone. Like... I don't know, this game consistently takes my ability to speak words away. Which isn't great, because my ability to speak and conjure up words in general is one of my only redeeming qualities. But we'll survive. What am I even attacking? In that direction. Oh. You're up there. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, what? Oh. My god. That was a standard enemy attack. Reflection of Fire, Phoenix Shift. What are you? It did tell you it was Final Sting. Yeah, that's what I get for not reading the basic enemy attack names. Hang on, what is this? Right, these are the new ones that I got. Reflection of fire. Residual fire ether that having failed to dissipate in the battlefield is instead manifested in a solid. Okay, that's the same text as all the others. Enhances Phoenix Shift, increasing both movement speed and distance. Yeah, I can probably... Wait, do I have Phoenix Shift even on? I don't. I probably should. What should I exchange it for? I'll swap out for Garuda for a little while. Haven't been getting as much use out of her as I normally do. And we'll see what this is all about. Probably a better place to demonstrate it than right into a hedge. I don't know about distance, but that is noticeably much faster. Huh. Cool. Yeah, I won't complain about that. I like speed. Speed accessories.
Could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay?
Come on, game. Come on, this is just a basic forest. It doesn't have to be this breathtaking. Look at that fern. Those are the kind of ferns I grew up with. Huh.
On evening tides.
Does morning's light return?
Open the gates! The tributary is whole!
I think Ghost of Tsushima is still the champion for just immaculate, breathtaking forests you can lose yourself in, but this one's pretty good. Even though it was a single path. It was an immersive fucking path.
Outsiders? Well, I never. Look at the size of that dog.
All right now, back to your duties.
A lot more lo-fi of a setting than I was expecting.
You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity. We don't get many visitors. Or any, truth be told.
Then we are honored to be the first.
This is quite extraordinary. Like stepping into another world.
So do you believe me now?
You've made it difficult not to, my lady. But how did your people chance to settle here in the north? Unless I am much mistaken, the moats of water long called...
This is important lore, I'm not looking at your white woman jokes.
Until Drake's Horn fell, and the Blight forced them ever inland, where...
We met our doom, along with our dominant. I see you've read the Gregorian Church's account, but perhaps you'd like to hear ours. That building over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather to discuss matters of import. We can speak more inside, once the place is ready to receive you. It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to explore the village while I see to things.
Thank you.
It does look pretty Nordic. But Waloed was already the Fantasy Vikings. What does it remind me of? I've been racking my brain ever since we came in here. Can I go in the water? I cannot. Even though it is ankle deep. He'll die. He'll drown. I actually thought Waloed was fantasy Astra / Visigoths. Yeah, it's a little outside of my historical wheelhouse, so you might be right.
I'm sorry, but I don't like it. Outsiders should stay on the outside.
See, they are racist against foreigners. I was right all along. Did they call this guy a youth? Hang on. No, okay, I was gonna make fun of it, but he does look pretty young. Maybe not voice-wise, but what can you do? They're working with a limited cast here. Yeah, there's only so many British people. It's a very small series of isles.
Welcome to Haven. The tributary awaits you within the Witten Hall.
Well, this place is beautiful. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to it in the course of this DLC. Certainly not some kind of flood or tsunami. Becca, for a second, I thought I saw Chadley in the background. Shut up. No.
So what do you think of our little
No.
haven in the woods?
He can't be
It
here.
might not have all the comforts of a southern
This is my
settlement,
safe
but at
space.
least it's ours.
My
There's a lot to
Chadley
be
free
said for that.
zone.
It can't have been easy keeping this place a secret.
Not easy, no. We've dedicated our lives to maintaining the glamour that conceals us. Us and Walyas.
Walyas.
This man, Wallius, is he Leviathan's dominant?
That's right. Though he's no man, Walyas is still a baby.
A baby?
Forgive me,
Excuse me?
but you said that the Dominant and his icon were bound inside the
Hydrogen
Surge almost
baby?
a century ago.
Are we gonna fight a
That
child?
would surely make him older still.
It would, if he'd been allowed to age. But the spell robbed the poor bairn of even that.
I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
Walyas was the son of my great-grandfather. Leviathan
Literally
awoke within him
Aang.
almost immediately.
Maybe.
But instead of allowing the lad to live out his life as a valued member of the community, my ancestors sought to put his power to other uses. Sadly for them, the icons sensed their treachery and summoned a wave so large it would have swallowed the entire village if my ancestors hadn't stopped him.
Then it is not the surge that binds the child, but time itself.
Yes.
And hey, you know who controls time?
Forgive me.
Alexander.
I'm not surprised. It isn't the easiest thing to explain.
Just saying.
Which is why it might be better if I took you to see him. Show you exactly what he has to endure.
Alexander's
That is why
probably
we
not in
came.
here, but a girl can dream.
Then let us be off.
Keep it in your pants, woman.
There's
He's a
road that leads
castle.
north from the village.
This isn't a
Takes us
sex
right
thing
into
for
the
once.
surge.
He's a building. I just like Alexander, okay? Second best summon after Leviathan.
Are you bound for the wave, tributary?
We are, Delina. Have you spread the word?
Are you
about
sure
our
this isn't a
guests?
sex thing? I'm like 98%
I have.
sure.
Everyone knows to treat them as family.
You shouldn't have any trouble now, but just in case.
Best boss of
I would have you
FF14,
accept the
2016,
symbol of our
2017, 18, 19, etc. You're not wrong. He's pretty
very
goddamn
kind.
cool at 14.
I look forward to meeting the family.
The feeling's mutual.
Should the tributary be indisposed, Feel free to ask me any questions you might have regarding the village, and I'll do my best to answer.
Thank you. We will.
Then I bid you good tide.
Do you think
Our
they kept...
storehouse lies across the bridge. If you're short of supplies, you may find what you need there.
Thank
But
you,
we will
Sheila.
have to ask you for recompense, poor as we are.
Do you think they kept Leviathan off as its own thing, specifically because they knew that they could make all this Tide wordplay?
Sid!
I have my suspicions. Okay, so you've got side quests right over here. Let me drop a save. And here I will ask, 46 minutes into my stream, are the side quests here worth doing? I'm going to assume they are. But are they like good, you know? Should I do them right now is my question. Only the plus ones. They both have pluses. Handful, but yes, initial ones are basic, later ones are story stuff. Alrighty. Well, let's see what the deal is.
You are Sid, aren't you? The man the tributary told us about? I wonder if you could help me.
With what
If it
exactly?
sounds like
Oh,
uninteresting,
nothing too
busy work,
troublesome.
then
Do you know my husband,
I'll put it off for a
Pravat?
little later.
He's the village smith, among other things. Anyway, his name day is not far off, and I wanted to make a gift for him. He's a craftsman, you see, and he's been fretting about running
You'd
low
finish
on
most
the
of them in
flowers
like
he
5
uses
minutes?
for
Okay.
dye making. So I
Good to know.
wondered if you might collect some for me and give them to him.
Would this gift not be better coming from you?
No, he has a massive
Perhaps,
crush on you,
but
Sid.
It can't, for reasons I can't go into. Please, I know it sounds daft, but I'd be ever so grateful.
Sure.
Fine. Which flowers does your husband need?
The sweet little blue ones that grow around the fount.
He's so sick of picking flowers at this
We
point.
use them to dye our fabrics so we always feel close to water like they are. You don't need to go to the trouble of picking them yourself, though. Just speak to the field hands and ask them to share their harvest with you. 2 basketfuls should be
Oh,
enough
okay.
for my husband to be getting on with.
2 basketfuls it is.
And they're right over there, lady. You better have a damn good reason. Can I... Okay, is it going to be faster to go this way? I don't think it was actually faster to go this way. My eyes deceived me. Listen. Listen.
Ah, welcome to Haven, friend.
Thank you. Forgive my presumptuousness, but the smith's wife has asked me to make her husband a present of some elder's blessings. 2 basketfuls, to be precise.
Well, I have 1, if that's any help.
That's exactly half of what I need, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm much obliged. They really are beautiful.
This town's dominant, maybe
Aren't
Leviathan,
they
but they're
just?
looking at Clive like a tall drink of water.
That's not the only reason they have a special place in our heart.
He is an unreasonably attractive
Legend
man.
has it that when our people fled from Ash, the tributary of the time took some seeds with them. And as they wandered high and low across the Twins, he'd plant them wherever they stopped for water. Every elder since has done the same. So when we finally put down roots here in Mysidia, the flowers did too.
Alright. Do you have lore for me? Second flower picker.
Excuse me. I wonder, might you be able to spare a basket of Elder's blessings?
I need exactly
Pavart's
one more
wife
basket.
tasked me with collecting some for her husband, and suggested that I speak to you.
Ah. Werder wants you to bless her better half with the fruits of our labour, does she?
Oh, it's a shame I lost my basket
Give
back
the
in
old fool
Waloed.
something to squirm about.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't worry about it. An old fool Pavart may be, but if you come bearing gifts, he's not fool enough to turn you away.
They're being really weird about this guy.
Thank you. Well, that's 2 basketfuls.
Eh? Oh, What? Quick complete. After completing the main objective of some quest, you may be given the option to quick travel to the quest's final destination. Good lord. The quality of life feature I was most in need of through the entire game. Hold down start. Is that the... Yeah. To immediately travel to the NPC, eagerly awaiting your return. Of course, this option is not mandatory, and you are free to ignore it. It can also be completely disabled via game settings on the system tab in the main menu. Thank you so much,
Time to visit
game.
Pavart.
You could have gotten away with not having this, given this is a much smaller and isolated DLC area. But I really appreciate it. I'm gonna test it out, even though I can walk 30 yards. I just want to see how it works. Okay, what... Give me the strange punchline. I know it's coming.
What do you want?
Your wife asked me to bring you these flowers.
Gamers and their fast travel, what Dragon's Dogma 2 was against.
That woman.
Hang on 1 second.
I know you're there.
What is your deal?
Who? Me?
What?
Would either of you care to explain what's going on?
Yeah, I'm as lost as you are, Clive.
I didn't mean to deceive you. It's just, my husband can be a bit standoffish at times, and I thought this might be a good way for the two of you to get acquainted.
What?
What with you being a swordsman like, and him being the only smith in
Oh
the
my
village.
god.
It'd be a shame if you couldn't turn to him for help.
The only reason he couldn't turn to me for help is because I had my hands full with all the orders you lot
It was
took on
just to make sure that we wouldn't be socially awkward.
Pretty much done with them now. But, for the record, the tributary said that we were to lend you outsiders our aid.
That's great.
And that's exactly
Okay.
what I was planning to do. With or without my darling wife's meddling. Still?
Fair play.
Here we are.
I was expecting some
So, if there's out you need, just bring us the materials,
marital
all right?
strife.
All
I'm
right.
glad it's not that.
All right, then. And tar for the flowers. I was running low.
You use them for dyeing, I hear.
Aye. Crush the petals and it makes a fine and lasting blue. We use it to stain the cloth for our tunics.
Thought she
and
wasn't gonna be
pennons.
married.
Remind us where we come from.
Could have gone anyway.
As motes of water. Children of the sea.
That's right. The pattern too was left by our ancestors. The Ceaseless Rill, it's called. It symbolizes the river of our tribe, with the strength of Leviathan running through it. And no matter how that river has ebbed and flowed, changed its course, the flowers have always been with us, growing on our banks. I should get back to work.
These folks are
If you need something
Quarians?
crafting, let me know.
Explain.
Oh well. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Wasn't it just?
Well, that was a strange but pleasant little interaction. Ooh, wait a second. Enhances Titan's iconic feat, Titanic Block, making it capable to block attacks from behind while restoring a small amount of the HP regain gauge. Titanic Block, that's the circle one, right? Not the one that I've been using? Yes? Okay, I need to put that on my fucking bar. Because I almost never used the basic Titan parry. Wait, did I? Oh, I guess in putting Phoenix Shift on there, I forgot that it also... Huh. Also transplants those on there. I missed the Quarian elaboration because I was so struck by the parry. Downtrodden people driven from their homes that are skittish about outsiders and have cloth patterns. That makes sense. I did scroll up. You don't need to tell me to scroll up. Who's the streamer here? Me, just barely. Scroll up, stupid. You know what? I've been using this same moveset for the entire endgame and the first DLC. I'll mix it up just a little bit. I'll put Gouge back on. And... well, I want to keep Raging Fists. Imagine being a streamer and not having two monitors. I have my TV screen and my laptop right next to me. That's as good as you're gonna get for a good long while. Yeah, okay, this looks alright. Hey, wait, I should put the Titan item actually on. Which of these do I want to get rid of, though? Because these are both pretty good. Increases rate at which damage multiplier rises while enemies are staggered, as well as increases multiplier maximum to 200%. Or HP regain potential. I'm gonna swap out Assailment Bit. So yeah, I'm not expecting this first Rising Tide stream to get to the real hype shit. This is gonna be more along the lines of most of the base game 16 streams. But do have patience, because I think all this is really cool. I'm gonna...
blue heavens has that girl got to?
Kind of sort of take my time with it.
Oh, I'll have her hide when she gets back. Oh, sorry. I was leagues away. How can I help you? If you're after something from the storehouse, it's actually my wife you'll want to talk to.
We've got 2 wife quests in a row.
Not that would fleece you or anything. It's just, you know, needs must.
I understand.
Saying that, she might not be able to get anything down for you for a bit.
Ah, right.
She's got her hands full with the inventory, you see. It should have been my daughter's job, really, but the willful little rills decided to make herself scarce. The heavens only know where that girl's got to.
If you'd like me to keep an eye out for her.
Oh, no. I couldn't ask that of an outsider. Could I? You wouldn't mind?
It's what I do, man.
Of course not. She won't have gone far, will she?
I hope not. But I've scoured the entire village for her and come up empty-handed. Can't help thinking she might have gone on another one of her little adventures.
Ah. A free spirit.
There is a non-zero chance of the Sentinels finding her body.
Can't get her to sit still.
Isn't there?
Especially once you heard you lot were on your way. Outsiders! You should have seen the little eyes light up.
So far, the tone of this DLC is extremely lighthearted.
Where you first came in. The guard
I think they're
there
gonna
might have
wait
spotted
for the
her.
gut punches,
Maybe you
but
could ask him.
I never
Ruka,
know
her
with
name
this
is.
game.
All right. I'll let you know if I find her. Try not to worry.
But this is a extreme change of pace, having said that. It feels like we're back in the first couple hours of the game. Almost. Except with Big Clive. CDog VA is streaming FF14. The FF14 has survived Asmongold streaming it. No matter how annoying fans of any given streamer might be, nothing can be worse. Also, isn't 14 getting DDoS'd right now? What is CDog like? Oh, CDog's cool. Connor is like a really cool dude. But, you know, every streamer has some amount of annoying fans. Asmund stopped in Stormblood. Oh, fuck, I gotta get past him. Oh, playing 14 was the reward for raising $1 million for the charity, yeah. Would FF14 survive you streaming it? I don't know, you guys are all pretty annoying.
Excuse me. You haven't seen the storekeeper's daughter, have you?
Little Ruka.
You're gonna infest everyone else's chats.
She went out through the gate not long ago.
Out of the village? Alone?
I did meet Katana Golf back.
she
Yeah,
did all the
I'm like
time.
midway through Stormblood.
There's a path off to the left which leads down to the river. Nice little spot, that. It's safe as you like. The beasts of the mountain don't dare come so close to the village. That's where she'll be. Go and have a look if you don't believe me.
But yeah, Connor's a really cool guy. I don't watch most of his content, but he is a legitimately decent dude. Does a lot of charity stuff. Of all the people involved in the Trash Taste podcast, he is the only one I think I could have a conversation with without clawing my eyes out.
This must be the path.
Ah. How does this DLC look prettier than, like, 75% of locations in the base game? That shouldn't be possible. Come on.
They're not here
Oh, hi.
either.
You don't look like a corpse, so...
It's you! I've been looking everywhere for you.
Or one person closer to Super Eye Patch Wolf, forcing Wooly to play
You know my
FF14 for
name?
Versus Wolves.
Can you not read minds?
Your father asked me to keep an eye out for you. You left without telling him where you were going.
I got something to say to that after Clive is done
I
speaking.
went to look for you.
Well, now you found me. What do you say we head back to the village and let your father know you're safe?
He's so endearing. Come
On the
on.
way home, you can tell me all about the world beyond the wall. I want to know everything.
Everything might be a stretch.
Clive interacting with children is low-key one of my favorite parts about this entire game.
Thank you for bringing her home.
I wish I'd done the
Sorry for the
quest
trouble.
where he has to repair a scale for some school children on stream.
Daddy, did you know that there are villages 10 times as big as Haven in the outside world? 10 times! Cities, they call them. And in these cities, they have great big walls and towers and castles.
Oh,
giant evil
to
crystals.
think I was worried. You can tell me all about the outside world later, Sweet Pea. Now go and help your mum with the stores.
All right.
Anyway, so versus wolves, yeah. What do you think's gonna happen
Thanks for putting
first?
up with her questions. She,
Sir, I was
there's a lot of
talking.
them. One of the big ones being, what are the people beyond the wall like? Reckon you've made a good first impression.
Are we the only one she's ever met?
That you are. The rest of the world can't know we're here. So we'll have to be very careful who we're
Just
letting
talk
in and
over
out.
him like a real streamer.
A few of us might make the occasional trip to shore for supplies.
He's
but,
got interesting
most
shit to
of
say.
that, we'll make do with what we've got. Including what the old Northerners left us.
Yes. He built on top
Hold
of the
hold on 1 second. What the fuck did you just say? Kendrick is Omega and Drake is Shinryu. I know what you're saying, but I think Shinryu is way cooler than Omega.
ruins, didn't you?
I am almost
Well,
alone
they'll make
in
for
that
fine
opinion.
foundations.
But I
Their races
really like
clearly knew what they
Shinryu.
were doing. That's one thing we don't have to worry about. Oh, it's everything else that's the problem. Medicines, metals for tool making, anything
Becky
like
Team
that.
Drake
We
confirmed.
have to
No.
dress up as traveling
No.
merchants and make a trip to the outside and pray to every cloud in the heavens that nobody sees through us.
Which explains why you need Gil.
No, you know what?
And now Rook is back. My wife should be free
Kendrick
to
is
assist you with any
Omega,
potential
Drake is that
purchases.
climate change denier from the DLC.
So please, do make good use of our stores, because we fully intend to make good use of your coin.
I'll be sure to keep my purse strings loose.
Clipping this, if you want. If you want. Ageless tallow, use it in crafting. Ah. Alright. Is that all of our side quests for now? It would appear so. So what do you actually
What is
have?
it you want?
Nothing.
What do you think the tributary season was outside?
Thanks for bringing me daughter back. I don't grudge her looking for adventure, but she's got to pull her weight like the rest of us. Anyway, now we've got the inventory done, I can attend to my own tasks, like seeing to our visitors' needs. So, was the route you wanted? I will have to charge you.
Okay, thank God I can stock up potions. Becca, somebody pointed out that Kendrick Lamar has the exact same initials as Kai Lang and is as much of a hater. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to process this information. Okay, so this is both really good pieces of armor, so there's no point in me not getting both. Missed that post. That was a good post. I can't keep track anymore. I see so many posts every goddamn day. It all blends together.
May it serve you well.
I might have seen it.
Well, if
I
you
have
surely need it.
450,000 gil. I just realized, because I pretty much never spent it on anything. Coming off of FF7R, where I am constantly hemorrhaging cash,
I'll be here.
that is distressing. Oh, right, it auto-equips. Okay, yeah. Saves me the trouble. Thank you, game.
How long do you think this bridge has been standing here?
Okay. Now we can progress. To what? I have no idea. There is, in fact, a very good chance the village will be ashes by the time we get back. Especially if we let Leviathan out imminently.
There's a pair of ships just up ahead.
Ships? But are we not still leagues from the shore?
Do they have airships? They might have airships. If there's any place in this world that's gonna have functioning airships, it's gonna be the closed off magic people. Sorry, I'm once again at a mild loss for words, struggling to make my thoughts connect because nature. And I apologize if me sweeping the camera every which way is getting disorienting or causing any motion sickness, but come on. Come on. What is down this way? Becca overwhelmed by the desire to touch grass. I get to do it so rarely. Whoa, huh? What are you? I'm glad I went this way. You look like something that I will interact with in a quest later. Cool ruins, though. Bitches have Nordic architecture, and here's the Aztecs now. It's some kind of cultural melting pot, even. I was watching a video earlier by Mini Minuteman. Don't know if anybody else watches him. Milo Rossi, archaeology dude. Debunking a fucking awful TikTok conspiracy theorist who spends a lot of time talking about pyramids that are not pyramids and holes in the Arctic ice that lead to the hollow Earth.
The quickest route to the surge is due east.
And
the second galley.
Shooter.
Every time I see one of those people,
what do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Really, brother? Did you have to ask?
Yeah, Cloud, you fuck... Cloud. I've so much FF7R. Clive. God damn it. Yeah, every time I see... Like, conspiracy theorists in general are awful. And I hate them. But archaeology conspiracy theorists set off a particular nerve in me. Because it's always devaluing either the natural world and the wonders thereof, or the miraculous feats of ancient human history in favor of some deep-level psycho bullshit. You don't believe in giants? No, I don't believe in giants. Why, how did TikTok get so hyped up on giants? Why does everybody believe in giants nowadays? Oh, fuck. I should probably finish talking before I walk forward. Fucking knocked the wind out of me. I don't know if that came through on my mic. I forgot tonberries were going to be a thing. Yeah. Just giants and mountains are actually fossilized giant trees and all that shit. Yeah, the obvious racism inherent in the ancient aliens type things. Whereas all these ancient brown people, how could they have done this? How could they have done anything we didn't teach them, etc., etc. It's all just a bunch of mind-snapping, like, ugh. And the photos that they toss around to prove, like, oh, these are hidden pyramids in the Arctic that the government doesn't want you to know about. Like, dude, those are rocks. You can go to the spot that those pictures were taken at. Those are rocks. Why would we cover up pyramids? What possible reason?
Everything.
Look at it waddle. Jesus Christ, that is so terrifying. Spin. Oh, I believe that I missed out on the horrors of... They have mouths. They have mouths in this game. Jesus. Shula. So I love tonberries, for the record. Tonberries are like my favorite recurring basic monster. They are horrifying. And the fact that I can see their mouths in this game is it's upsetting me. Tonberries should never have definition in their physical forms. Kinda cute, though. Why do you deny the existence of the Kandahar Giant? The Kandahar Giant is my governor. Or no, my senator. We've been over this. That's rough, buddy? Yeah, it is. Is there anything this way? Is this the actual path of progress? Oh, I guess it all just loops around at the same place. I'll go up this way. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Hang on, let's test out that Titanic block. Quindom. It's been so long since I've... There we go. Okay, that does feel noticeably better to use now. Raging Fist still has more utility, I think. Because it has a complete stop, but... yeah. I just like hitting it. While I'm fighting this blob that has killed me numerous times in the base game, I will say, possibly the most annoying archaeology-based conspiracy theory is the Bosnian Pyramid, by far. For those who don't know, the Bosnian Pyramid is a hill Bosnia that looks a little bit like a pyramid. Like, it's kind of vaguely pyramid shaped. And some con artist in the 2000s was like, oh, this is actually a buried pyramid. Hey, Bosnian government, do you want to give me money so that I can excavate this pyramid? And they were like, sure, man. And so he began to sand around the edges of this hill a little bit to make it even more pyramid-shaped. And it started bringing in tourists to see the hidden pyramid. And now every single archaeological conspiracy theorist is obsessed with the Bosnian pyramid, because if it were a pyramid, according to carbon dates, it would be tens of thousands of years older than the oldest known human structure. And they're like, but what does the government not want you to know about the Bosnian pyramid? And it's a hill that some business dude was like, I'll make this even more pyramid shaped. It's not even a mountain, it's just a hill. And it's now like a nationalist symbol for like Bosnian nationalists. And if you deny that it is a pyramid, they accuse you of hating Bosnia, apparently. Because it's like the only thing bringing tourists to Bosnia.
It's not far now.
Oh, hey, Sean. You popped in just to talk about the pyramid. I am a pyramid denier. I am denying this pyramid. It's not even that big of a hill. It's barely 100 feet.
Will we reach the surge?
We'll follow the coastline north. There's a bridge that'll take us across to the cape.
Also, look at this shit up close. Becca, it's bigger than 100 feet. I'm thinking of the wrong unit of measurement. Because I'm distracted. Not feet. I saw the numbers earlier. Oh, you were joking about the surge. Oh, I gotcha. Listen, my brain is pulled in several different directions right now, okay? I'm looking at gorgeous video game nature and a frozen tsunami that contains a monster. And I'm thinking about the Bosnian pyramid, which does not contain a monster to my knowledge. Even the water, come on. Still has nothing on Mario Sunshine water, but it's pretty beautiful. Bosnian pyramid could contain a monster, that's true. We don't know. We don't know. Oh, another thing this business dude does, because he's still around, is he shows all of this old pottery and like human sculptures and shit, and it's like, we found this in the Bosnian Pyramid Valley. This is proof that the pyramid was inhabited. The valley in question is the part of Bosnia that has the longest history of human habitation. And it is a substantially wider area than the pyramid, quote unquote. So he just passes off half of the artifacts found in Bosnia that belong to ancient humans, and it's like, we found this in the pyramid, totes. And then TikTokers repeat that uncritically. And it drives me absolutely bananas. It's that and giant trees. The arch trees conspiracy theory. Those two are my white whales for recurring archaeology-based bullshit. Like, most of the stuff about giants, I can laugh off because, like, it's so patently, obviously silly. But, like, what's the word for those big, flat-topped mountains in all the Dragon Ball fights? Those mesas, yeah. People who look at mesas, which are one of the coolest looking geological formations, and think, oh, there's no way that they're telling the truth about this. This must be the fossilized stump of an arch tree. Like, is it not cool enough as is? Can you not just appreciate all of the time and why did I pop that again? I didn't need to pop that again. All of the time and geological forces that went into making this mesa. Is that too complicated? Must it be a stump of a tree? I got distracted. I didn't hit that. Hey, Dalek. We're talking about archaeological conspiracy theories. Becca says the Erd Tree isn't real and we are not in its shadow. Yep. Here's Becca to be the party pooper. Elden Ring is unfortunately fiction. Unlike Bloodborne. Says who? Says me. I make the rules. Thank God the British are fictional, yeah. Could you imagine? Bestie is a former conspiracy nut, but still dabbles in Bigfoot stuff from time to time. See, for the most part, I can jive with Bigfoot theorists. Bigfoot stuff is... Did that turtle just regain all of its health? Or was that a second turtle? You know what? To hell with it. Turtles are too tanky.
Might I inquire about the ray of light?
It's what prevents the
Hang on,
surge
I'll
from being
finish speaking
reclaimed
when
by
they
the sea,
dump this lore on me.
and Dwalius by his people.
Does FF16 have adamantoises? Yes, there are several of them in the base game. What was I saying? Bigfoot theorists, like, they can be very silly, and some of them can be very dumb. Especially... Okay. So there's a particular strain of Bigfoot theorists that is not particularly harmless these days, and I miss when it was just, oh, there's a weird ape somewhere. I used to believe that. I used to believe in Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster and all that shit. I used to want to become a cryptozoologist. And then the world beat the wonder out of me. But that's a story for another day. I'm here to talk about the subset of the Bigfoot community that is the Missing 411 fandom. Which is the torrid intersection of Bigfoot theorists and true crime people. Missing 411 people are some of the most obnoxious people on the internet. For those who are not aware of what Missing 411 is, Missing 411 is a conspiracy theory by one David Politis that holds much sway over giant swaths of true crime people and paranormal theory people. That holds that there is something weird about our national parks that is causing people to go missing in them at an alarming rate. There's a couple problems with that.
You said before that the child is bound
Hang on
within
one
the
second.
surge.
Also, hey, Silver.
But you've yet to tell
Welcome,
us how we're
welcome.
meant to reach him. I trust we won't have to hold our breath.
No. The surge wraps around the cape without engulfing it. If we continue to its tip, there is a path down to the seabed.
Oh yeah, be
And the
very
waves'
safe with
origin.
that flooding, Ryong. I heard
Right.
about that. Let me
We won't be
know
the first
everything's
dominant we've
alright
met at the bottom of the
come
ocean.
tomorrow. This feels like an ill-timed subject matter for games that I could be playing right now. Yeah, what was I saying? So, yeah, a lot of people go missing in the national parks every year. Numbering in the hundreds, even. That sounds weird if you don't know anything about missing persons rates or about forests. I'm sure you can all fathom how it is so easy to go missing in a forest that is specifically sectioned off because it is big and verdant and largely, like, unpathed. So it's all hogwash. But the reason I bring up Missing 411 is because of the dominant theory pushed by Missing 411 hardcore believers and David Pleas himself, which is that interdimensional Bigfoots are kidnapping people. Sasquatches that can hop between the folds of dimensions and are taking people for some unknown purpose. It's just SCP-2000, but lame and bad because people actually believe it. And every time, without fail, that people are like, oh, this person, such and such person went missing in a big forest or national park or whatever. Missing 411 people flood the case and shit up all the discussion about it. Sounds like an X-Files case. Would you believe me if I told you that there was never an X-Files episode where Mulder and Scully investigated Sasquatch? It seems like such a layup. Especially when they investigated the Jersey Devil in, like, episode 5. Which is also one of the worst episodes of the entire show. But yeah, they never went after Bigfoot, as far as I remember. Because he's real, and why make a fictional episode about that? That's true. That's true. I can't deny it. There is one episode that ends with Mulder masturbating to footage of Bigfoot. That is true. That is real, actually. I did not make that up. That is the episode Jose Chung's from Outer Space. It is the best episode of the X-Files. I am not kidding about any of these statements, by the way. If you watch one episode of the X-Files, after, like, one for context, make it Jose Chung's from Outer Space. It is one of the best episodes of TV ever made. I'm rambling on. Let's get into the surge. Lone wave rises to eternity, cursed never to break, the hands of time having stilled the rage of its tortured creator. What do you want context? I don't think I can give context. It's pretty much a sight gag because Jose Chung's from Outer Space is one of several episodes written by Darren Morgan, and all of Darren Morgan's episodes are taking the piss. But they're taking the piss in such a beautiful and amazing way that says so much about both the show and humanity that people hold up all of the episodes he ever wrote as, like, the best episodes of the X-Files and some of the best episodes of sci-fi TV ever. Having said all that, I will not explain how we get from there to Mulder jacking off to the Patterson-Gimlin tape. But it does make sense. It does make sense. Oh. See, looking upon that from a distance, it looked like it was frozen, like frozen water. No, it's frozen as in, like, water that is frozen in time.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail. It is my duty both as village elder and Walyus's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to. To show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes.
I'm kind of scared.
The forest
Wait a
grows
second.
quickly here.
I
Left
just
unattended, the path would be
just now
reclaimed in a matter
understand
of moons.
that we're talking about an infinitely tortured child, and the thumbnail for Wooly that popped up today was making the ones who walk away from Omelas joke. I finally get it. Oh my god.
Does the light point the way to the child?
It does
Oh my
indeed.
god, this, oh my god, this, look at it. Look at, look, just look at it. What can I say? Look with your eyes. To any blind people listening in on this stream in the future, I am terribly sorry. For what it's worth, I am also blind.
Look at all the droplets of water suspended in midair.
Where they have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
It's not right.
No. It's not.
Is there a safe way to unfreeze this? To release the child? 'Cause... Can I get a better view angle on that? The crest of this wave is taller than several of the mother crystals. This is a potential continent wiper. I'm not so sure about this anymore. Oh no, more. All of the water washed right into more somehow, as if guided by the hand of God. Look at it. Look at all this detail. Every wave break in this tsunami. Like, so we all agree the Pentagon did it. Vera, that's very funny that you joined in right after we just got done talking about archaeological conspiracy theories. Leviathan at the Pentagon? No, that was Bahamut.
There.
We saw him do it.
Up ahead.
We fought him right after he did it. I'm gonna... Did I save just now? I did save just now. Oh boy. What's this gonna be? Oh,
Down in the center. Follow me.
Man, FF16 cannot get enough of giant craters. And neither can I. Oh, that's just a literal infant. That's just a baby. It's not even like a toddler. That's just a newborn.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear.
Are we...
I was old enough to understand what was happening.
How are we gonna fight
I
Leviathan?
can only imagine how this poor child felt.
I'm scared.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin.
Punch the child. Yeah, fight the
committed
baby.
by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end.
See, he's clearly frozen mid-cry. So when we unfreeze him, he'll make a really annoying noise, which means we're obligated to punch him.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean...
I'm not going to hurt him. Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason. What if I told you there was a way to remove Wallace's icon?
I'd tell you you were a madman.
Oh, right, we can do that.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be
I
done.
completely forgot the entire central conceit of Clive's power set.
It isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
I am rather shocked that
Very
we're
well.
already getting to this.
Do what you must. And whatever happens, I will own the consequences.
Don't be afraid, little one. Let me bear the weight.
Oh, Clive. Okay, the baby has bullet hell.
Hush now. It's going to be all right.
Baby no longer has bullet hell.
Is it done?
Except now if the
I
baby
think so.
still primes, it has like a 50-50 chance of
Feel the
going
icon
completely
inside me.
insane.
But something's wrong.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's all this then? Oh, you look cool. Are you gonna be what I test my new powers on?
He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
Very interesting that they're giving me the powers before we even see the actual icon. Which there's absolutely no way we're gonna get out of here without fighting proper Leviathan. Come on now. Wood, yes. The mermaid thing that I'm fighting now, yes, of course. Of course. No question. Power of water. Ba-da-ba-ba. Magic spells. Cross swell. An inescapable rush of water that pummels enemies from multiple angles. Leviathan's feet. But Leviathan doesn't have feet. Serpent's Cry can be used to summon Clive's... Excuse me. Used to summon Clive's off-arm, a sea-spitting serpent capable of dealing precision strikes to enemies at great distances. That looks cool. Pressing square in the state will unleash a tidal torrent, multiple bursts of water capable of forcibly knocking back smaller creatures. Press triangle, fire a powerful jet of water, a tidal stream, at enemies situated just outside melee range. I have a tidal gauge. I'm unavailable when the gauge is empty. The gauge will replenish over time and can be refilled quicker by pressing circle. Time a second press perfectly with the on-screen prompt to immediately refill the gauge. Can also be successfully executing precision dodge. Roll. While using Serpent's Cry, pressing R1 again while dodging will cause Clive to roll in the air, extending the dodge even further. Okay. That's gonna be... Only the Leviathans will be... Okay, yes. That's fine. Oh, hang on. What's the... Oh, R1. Hang on. Okay, this is now the best dodge in the game. This is an immediate game changer I'm never going to take off. It is kind of trickster, isn't it? Can I put this away, though? Hang on. Oh, right. X button. What about Crosswell? Huh? Okay. Okay, these all have very strange timings and setups that I will need to get used to. It is a lot. Very cool. But a lot. Hang on. First I want to hit this crosswell. Does a decent amount of stagger damage. Hang on, what is the actual utility of this? Hang on. I want to hit that. Reload. Because... yeah. Why can I not hit the active reload? Come on. Hang on, I might be doing it wrong. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I just had to hit it a little earlier. It was entirely my fault. Alright. So Leviathan powers are weird. And they are highly situational. But they are very cool. Yeah, it's a zoner icon. Unfortunately, I'm not a very good zoner, historically. I like to get up close and personal with things. Maybe partially the reason why I suck so much at V in DMC5. But it's cool. It is cool. Which, man, I cannot wait to get back to DMC5 now that I've stopped right on the cusp of the first Dante gameplay section. There we go. Yeah, only having the Leviathan abilities available is kind of wigging me out. I keep trying to do my usual loop. Very good crowd control.
A little rusty, are we?
Exhibit A, I probably should not be using the specific zoner power while mashed into its face. Hang on. Oh right, I can only hit that dodge while this is out. Okay. Yeah, no, I was trying to go for the dodge. I didn't remember / register that I could only do it with the arm actually extended, which makes sense. But I'll have to keep that in mind. Because the arm itself, like the initial circle press, isn't one of my favorite icon powers, but that dodge might be worth the price of admission alone.
Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. But he knew we were here. How?
The baby's been alive and aware for the entire time.
I don't know. He's never reacted to anything or anyone. Until now.
The child has been bound for nigh on a century. If he has been conscious from the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple.
An infant mind kept aware and in the same state for a century.
It would be better if I explained back at the village.
You better have a damn good explanation.
Then let's return before it gets dark.
Because if that just isn't one of the most nightmarish things the game has yet presented me with.
I'm sorry, Walius. I will make this right. The trophy that I got just says flow. So, part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it?
I should have gotten one previously that was hustle.
No. Not anymore, anyway.
Good. Because I still have need of your strength. If you want to know the rest, we should head to the Witten Hall.
Of course.
So, people who've played this DLC, which I assume is just Pachi and Queequeg, how close am I? Am I like at a coming up on a good stopping point? Like if I go for another 10 minutes, I'm not going to get sucked into another big dramatic sequence. You'll be fine? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get the whatever the lore drop is here. And then I'm probably gonna call it for the night.
The broom is your warhammer. The leaves our mortal enemy.
I'm gonna save first too. How much of the DLC is left after this? Out of curiosity. There we go. That looks sexy. Look at that complete chart. Another stream's worth? So about 2 more hours? 2, 3 maybe? That sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I can knock that out in another stream as long as I set aside enough time in the night to it. Let's review this real quick. Yeah, so the main ability of Serpent's Cry, very situational. Don't know how much I'm going to use it, but that dodge is completely worth it. Deluge, I am not having any luck with it whatsoever. Cross Swell seems very good for crowd control. Abyssal Tear, what are you? Rip open a slowly expanding gateway to the murky depths of the sea. And when the timing is right, summon forth an abyssal storm that hones in on nearby enemies. Okay. Yeah, I've got ability points to spare for checking that out. Why not? And then there's the ultimate, of course. What else would it be? Yeah, we've got a lot of AP to spend. I will do that later. Let's hear why the child is being...
To understand the spell
I
which
have no
binds
mouth and I
Valius,
must screamed.
you must first know who we are, and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity.
This tapestry
is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith and branded us heretics when we could not.
Same old story.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own.
Oh my god, you people.
I've heard that one before.
Stop making mother crystals.
Yet it gave them new hope, however false.
Clive is so tired.
Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find
Wooly thought it was a rocket ship.
heart.
Doesn't surprise me.
A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant. Well, yes.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his icon. Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made
You did that on
second
purpose.
important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Alexander.
The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived,
Come
the
on,
land was
Alexander.
uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak.
And that witch's name was
Her
Alexander.
body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
And that spell was called Alexander.
Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on. So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients
Not
and the
Alexander.
secrets
Probably.
of time,
Maybe.
our ancestors settled upon an ambitious
I'm still a little
plan.
suspicious. But it's
They would
probably not.
create a new
2 new
mother
icons
crystal
would be
and enchanted
ridiculous
that it might
for this
endure for
DLC.
all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child.
Yeah, it
Small
is
price to pay.
extremely
Or so
Omelas.
they believed.
At least extremely the cultural recollection of Omelas.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the mother crystals.
The actual
So
story
another
is how
seal
about like the
we
child
break it and
probably does
restore the
not
flow of time.
exist, but the
Do you
child's
recall the
presence
dome of
makes
light
the
on
story
top of
more
the cliffs
believable.
to
It's
the
a whole
west?
thing.
Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was
You know,
there that the
humans
witch
cannot
built
believe in
the
utopia without a
conduit
catch.
of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now there are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Let's leave Torgal to
Then
protect
shall
the village.
The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
Okay.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once.
We're gonna hang out with
I
Jill.
fear time may no longer be a luxury we can afford.
Finally, our third wheel brother is gone. If only Jill had more to say. I understand that they can only record so much new dialogue for a DLC pack, but yeah. It is what it is. Frankly, I'm impressed that the pre-existing characters were able to come along at all, because they usually DLCs like this make an excuse to separate you from your entire party, so that they don't have to get any of the old voice actors except the main character back in the booth. Joshua wearing blue next time you see him. Yeah, exactly. Like Mass Effect DLC back in those days. Oh goodness, there are many new side quests. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. That will be my first session of the Rising Tide. Probably, hopefully, of 2. But maybe of 3 if something comes up. We'll see. Yeah. I do not know when my next stream is going to be. So this is embarrassing, because I keep promising that it's going to be on Friday or Saturday and then not delivering. That's because various things keep coming up, like the weather, or storage space on my console, or my fracturing mental health. But, you know, some things I can't control. The real big obstacle for streaming on Friday is that I usually like to stream Friday nights, but because it's a weekend, people in this house go to bed much later and on an unpredictable schedule, and they make a lot of noise. So I can't always control for it like I can on Tuesdays and other weekdays. I could conceivably do it Friday afternoon, but that's pushing it because I'm usually very tired from work. So I do not know. I'm not going to make any promises this time. Just going to go on vibes. Pretty much everybody who turns in for 16 streams is somebody I have contact with already outside of chat, so you'll know when you know. I'm very excited for next time, though, so hopefully it will not be too much longer. If I'm feeling particularly saucy, maybe tomorrow. Almost certainly not tomorrow, but I had that thought earlier, and I just wanted to get it out there. It's not, the chance is not 0. It's 0.5%. Look at this joyous little skip I can make Clive do. He's feeling so footloose and fancy-free. It's that FGO SSR rate. Yeah, I truly am the gacha of streamers, aren't I? Is tomorrow on Raid Up at least? Tomorrow is on, it's in the background art of one of those banners. You know, it's on the banner, technically. But probably shouldn't put your hopes in rolling. God, I need to get back to Lost Belt 6. I'm so close to being done with FF7R, so I can then fucking get back to other games. Oh, hi, Smeef. Welcome to my chat for the first time, right as I was closing the stream. That's unfortunate for you, but thank you. Mayhaps you can tune in next time for the closure of... Can you really call FFR if you're both... what? Huh? I don't understand what you just said. Oh, you've lurked in my streams before? I see. You just haven't sounded off. I like it when people tell me that they're here. Makes me confident. Anywho. Oh, FFR as in FF Remake, FF Rebirth. You need to put the 7 in there, Star Pressure, otherwise I get confused. But yes, I'm in Cosmo Canyon. I am not doing any side content other than Queen's Blood, so I just need to get through that, Nibelheim, Gold Saucer Return, and then presumably Temple of the Ancients and City of the Ancients. I can't fucking imagine that they included Bone Village, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, okay, so I'm starting to get a headache because of my headphones, so I will now say farewell to thee. Thank you to everybody who showed up. 16 streams are rarely a big draw, but I like doing them. So yeah, see you next time, wherever, whenever next time may be. Bye.